Hello and welcome to episode 84 of TrustyHogs.
TrustyHogs!
Hey now.
I'm trying to do what Helen does.
Helen is in Australia, so in her stead, as usual in our style, we've got the wonderful
Chloe Pets.
Chloe
No, we're
Pets,
meant to speak at
hello.
the same time. That's what you do.
No, but when she does it, it annoys me, so I thought this might be a nice break.
Okay,
but
right.
hasn't really transpired that way. Hey, here at TrustyHogs in our new studio, what we tend to do, just so you know as well, Chloe, is talk about our wonderful lives. You're going to tell me all about your trip to Australia. Everyone's been except me. And then we answer the problems of our listeners.
Yes.
Our dear listeners. And sometimes they're funny, and sometimes it's pretty intense.
Yes, sometimes it's pretty intense. And I just wanted to say, in the vein of Helen Bauer, I'm thriving.
She's always thriving.
She's always thriving.
Can you tell that I'm having a lozenge?
I can't tell you having a lozenge. Is it a minty lozenge?
No, it's cherry flavoured.
Can I have a lozenge?
Yeah, but then we'll both sound like this.
Lozenged.
All right. It's a pretty lozengey vibe.
This is also so funny that Andrew is making us redo our intro because the last one was too shit.
And we're doing midway lozenge.
We lasted 90 seconds and now we're on a fucking lozenge.
Lozenge bender.
Through the fog, step forth the trusty hogs. Yeah, you're gonna give them your problems and they will solve them. Or maybe they won't, and that's your problem. They'll have guests and Andrew White on the tech. Oh, it's Helen and Catherine as the trusty hogs. Trust the trusty hogs, or maybe not.
Hi, Chloe Pets, you're here.
No,
Whoa.
it's me, Helen Bauer.
Co-host Chloe Pets today standing in for Helen Bauer, who's in Australia, where you've just come back from.
I've just come back. We've done a straight swap. Pets in for Bauer.
I love that. Australia will not miss anyone for a minute.
Yeah, I think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna understand her. She's a lot. They take everything at face value.
They're quite a literal people sometimes.
They're very literal people. They didn't understand any irony. Hugh Davies.
Interesting.
He would go into them and it was a struggle because he'd be like, you're the worst fucking audience I've ever seen in my life. And in England, we're like, haha, yeah, that's funny. We like being cool wankers. And in Melbourne, they were like, oh no, this hurts.
Oh, bless them. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Hey, before we start, and I want to hear all about Australia,
Yes.
I have some things to give you. So this is chocolate for M.
Yes, but you can't give it to me because I'll eat it.
Don't eat it.
But she'll give me it anyway.
That's not the point.
She'll feed me some of it anyway.
I don't want to know your private business. Good God.
Okay.
I don't want to hear what you're doing with these eggs. Just don't eat them. Until they're for M.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we've got some Tony's chocolate only extra special chocolate eggs. They look amazing. And then
How nice does that look?
a chocolate that says my belly just rumbled so loudly. I bet you've picked that up, Andrew. There's a chocolate that says Sleepy Princess.
With lavender in.
With lavender.
Yum.
She is a sleepy princess.
Yum.
Yeah. And then there's this one which says oink, oink, oink.
So
'cause it's
cute.
piggy chop.
So cute. Also, we got sent this pig for our studio. So cool. It doesn't say who it's from, but if I was to go on the outfit that the pig is wearing.
Oh, I know who you're going to say.
I guess Ruth.
Yeah, Ruth.
Bow tie and bowler hat. I hope it's from Ruth, but we don't know who it's from. Could you please identify yourself, please? We'll put that in. I'm actually going to put that on the table. I love this little pig. Hey, you. Just as you came in the door, I was like, welcome to our new studio. First thing Chloe Pets said wasn't, wow, you guys have put so much work in. It looks amazing. You said, I've got some thoughts. What the fuck does that mean?
This studio is the brainchild of two people that have...
Three? Andrew's worked his little behind up.
Wait. Andrew's just the enforcer.
Okay.
Right? This is the brainchild of two people that have terrible problems with spending. One of them.
No, I'm not
One
that
of them
bad.
likes things. One of them likes nice things.
Yeah.
We know which one's which.
Yeah.
And
one of them likes things, one of them likes nice things.
Because what you have to remember is I didn't know the progression of the story really. Like I knew that.
Did you not listen to our business app?
Yeah, no, I listened to the business app and there were some revelations in there. The revelations being, God, they've lost their studio. Oh my gosh, they've done amazing. They've done an amazing job getting this new studio. Thank God they've done it. Oh, they've done this big sort of children in need style outreach where everyone's giving all their fucking money. And then at the end we find out. We didn't know. If you waited for 1 week. If you waited for 1 week, you could have just gone back to Vauxhall.
But A, first of all, we didn't know that, so we had to act quickly. And B, I'm really glad we did this because now we can podcast whenever we need to.
It's also mental.
It's much
that
nicer.
You went for an empty space that you've had to fill with every single piece of equipment.
But this was the cheapest option. And we got the cameras for free from Mooch, the lovely Mooch. And we really hustled to get everything as much as we could. And look at, I think it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
wow.
that was so really nice. I take it back.
Isn't it nicer than that shipping container?
Yeah, it is nicer than the shipping container. I just think it's so funny.
And it doesn't look like everybody else's anymore.
That you jumped to.
Well, this was our long-term.
We have to buy our own studio.
No, we rent, and this is this was our long-term plan, but we didn't think we'd be ready. And then everyone was so wonderfully supportive. Also, people were so nice to us, and we're so grateful. And please don't stop supporting us just because Chloe Pets is a dick.
No,
hey, somebody else sent us this. Do you know who sent it to us?
There's a return. Oh, I've just thrown away the box. No, I don't know who it's from. I'm so sorry.
You don't know who this is from either, Andrew?
No.
What is it?
This is sick.
Hang on.
This is sick.
I should be getting jealous as the Helen Bauer.
Welcome to the sty, it says. Trusty Hogs.
That's incredible.
A little pig in mud.
Fantastic.
Who sent this? You
This
must
is so
identify yourself.
Let me. I'm just going to leave you on the wide shot while I go and run and get the box
the box
from the
under-
recycling.
Isn't that sick?
Do you know
if you throw it up into that camera,
This
don't
one
throw
here.
it. Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going to preempt what Helen Bauer would be saying about this. It reminds me a bit of a Diglett, the Pokemon.
Oh, whereas I think what Helen Bauer would be saying, for Helen, just for Helen, mine, for me, for just me, I'm only 4.
Where's my
It's
Why didn't you give me
mine.
2?
Is it chocolate? Can I eat it? That would be. I'm gonna put that. Oh my god, that's so cute.
I also think Helen Bauer shouldn't be allowed near that because she'd be putting that somewhere she shouldn't.
Oh god, yeah, she'd be like, it's like an egg, a vaginal egg. How gorgeous! I'm really stuck on the vaginal eggs today. How gorgeous is that? I actually think that's so cool.
It's really amazing.
Who gave it to us, Andrew?
May I just clarify that the people that support this podcast, you're absolutely wonderful. You should keep doing it.
They're legends. Didn't you
a
say that they've been
wonderful
messaging you, actually?
No. Well, okay. So
I'll give you all of that about how they send us support, and then you're like, oh, actually, I do need to clarify something about the support.
So some people have been messaging me on Instagram. I don't really respond to Instagram messages because it stressed me out.
Yep.
But people have been asking. They know lots of stuff about Andrew, Catherine, and Helen, but they don't know loads of stuff about Em.
She's an enigma.
Stuff that
The woman's a mystery.
Include if you're like making a picture or stuff that she might like. What I would say is she likes very beautiful, delicious things and money. Okay, just big wads of cash addressed directly to her.
Nice.
But what I would say is she loves like luxurious things like coffee, like really lovely olive oil.
You said it so well earlier that if it was on that Clapton memes page.
Yeah, so if it's on the Clapton memes page, then she's gonna like it. So like
the Pirello olives.
Yeah, the Pirello olives are a good example. If you think it's classy, then go like a little bit classier. She's so fucking classy.
Wow.
And she like knows.
It's because she's a foodie.
She's a foodie, and what I would say is she like preempts the Clapton memes. So if she gets into something, then 3 months later, everyone in Clapton's into
No
it.
way.
She's a trendsetter.
Wow,
But she's not a snob.
Interesting distinction, an important one too.
An important one.
But like, I think I'm kind of the same. Like, I love if someone were to buy me like a luxurious olive oil, I'd be happier than I could tell you. Like that kind of thing is like such a treat where I wouldn't actually be able to do it for myself, but god damn, it's nice, isn't it?
And it's so nice to see someone just like enjoying those simple pleasures of just like a bit of olive oil and bread.
My mom got me a salt pig.
What's
Didn't even
a
know I
salt
wanted
pig?
one. A salt pig is just a dish that you can place a hand into to take out like molten salt.
We got that shit at home.
I didn't know.
It's so good.
But like to come into my space and identify just the thing I needed.
Yeah.
Genius woman.
Everyone should be getting themselves a
Genius
salt
woman.
pig. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, but I would never buy one because it's like I could just use the box, but it's expensive.
Why
but like,
is everything in the kitchen called such awful things, like a bread bin, a salt pig.
We don't really have an issue with pigs as bad things around here. Tell me who got me this cute little gorgeous guy. I actually love him so much.
Well, rather embarrassingly, someone was in the kitchen when I was digging through the bins. All I know is from Arch Miniatures. So thank you, Arch Miniatures. That may be who this person has ordered from. They may have sent it to us direct.
Identify
but it's
yourselves.
nice to give at least a bit of credit to Arch Miniatures.
I feel
Thanks,
like Beauty and the Beast. Like, if the pig dies, Helen will too.
It kind of looks like it says TrustyHogs as well, which is a good option.
TrustyHogs is cute.
Okay, now ask me about me.
Okay, I want to. Oh, wait, we have one more gift. One more gift. Oh my god! What the hell? That's so cool, Andrew. What camera do I put that to?
Yep, that one. Thank you.
Incredible.
That's amazing. I look fit as a cartoon.
Yeah, you look so good.
Don't
Do you
I
know
look
what?
fit?
Helen's gonna love that as well, because I feel like that's completely in like the aesthetic of where like her cultural interests are like in the 90s. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
She
absolutely.
stopped in the 90s.
It's
got
very
her own-
groovy, girl.
Very groovy girl, yeah.
Groovy chick. Is it
Groovy
groovy
chick.
chick?
Yes.
Hello, Hogs. Thank you forever for making my favorite podcast. I saw your new address on Patreon, so thought I'd send some silly art of my dream pigs. I would have included Andrew and Em, but quite frankly, men are very hard to draw. They drew this, and Em is a mystery. So here we are. Congrats
Does
on
no
you.
one know what Em looks like at home?
She will not go on camera.
She's paying.
This is Em when you're like, oh, she's so fit. But you're like, Em, gonna take a picture of your beautiful glowing skin. And she's like, Penelope was in the other week and Em wasn't here. And Penelope was like, where's the girl with the gorgeous skin? Where is your girl? And we were like, our girl is busy. I guess washing her face. Congrats on your new space. And to Catherine for passing your driving test. And Helen for founding yellow jumpers.
Yeah. That was
Of course. God, you guys
She-
know the references better than I do. She invented yellow jumpers.
she invented yellow jumpers.
Love Charlie, a fellow millennial swine. Yes, Charlie, this is so cool. We're going to frame this for sure and put it up. This is so cool.
For listeners at home, it is a gorgeous drawing of Helen and Catherine.
Thank you for
We'll put
describing.
it on our Instagram.
I look, may I say, exquisite. This borderline makes me want to get my lips done.
No, don't get your lips done.
Yeah, I won't, but
You have nice lips.
thanks. That's true, but god damn, I want this dress too. Shit, we look so cute. Oh, it's Mickey Mouse on Helen's thing.
That is a dress you've got, you idiot.
It's a version of it, like many dresses I have.
Yeah.
But I want that one. Now I don't know where to put this. For now, we'll put it here.
For now, do you just want me to hold it for the whole episode?
Yeah.
I walked in and I haven't seen Catherine in like maybe 6 weeks or something. We had so much to catch up on. She was like, "Oh, thank God you're here. The tall boy's here. Can you start doing some DIY?"
I just needed you to put the curtain up.
So if you need me to just hold it the whole episode, then
No,
as your
oh
general
my
dog's
God.
body, I'm happy to do that.
Don't you open those eggs. Do not open those
my
eggs.
tummy won't stop.
Show me a text
rumbling.
from Em saying that you can, and then we'll talk. I might have a brunch bar. Do you want me to check if I have a brunch bar from Sunil Patel?
Yeah, because I will get hangry.
Okay, I don't want that.
Why have you got it from Sunil Patel?
He's the voice of Brunch Bar.
Excuse me.
Sunil Patel's the voice of the Brunch Bar.
The whole thing. Him and Ed went up for it, and he got it. I have a brunch bar. They're delicious. You can have this. Here you go.
Thank you.
This isn't good podcasting. Get off your phone and eat your
I'm
brunch
just
bar.
doing a Helen Bauer. Hello, you've been gifted some chocolate, but I'm
Helen
so...
does voice notes. She doesn't read out as she types like
I'm
the oldest
so
man in the world.
hungry.
You're sincerely
so
Chloe Fact.
What is going on?
Can I have a bit of the chalk?
Is this how you text your girlfriend? Please, can I have a bit of your chalk?
Kind regards, Chloe. Brackets.
No, you can have the
Pets.
brunch bar. You can have the brunch bar or her chocolate. You can't just have both.
Oh,
Eat your
no,
brunch
I'm
bar.
a big growing boy with a big appetite. You know I'm a big growing boy.
Are
Oh,
you
this
jet
looks like a
lagged?
lovely-
It's so nice. When did you get back from Australia?
You see, maybe I am jet lagged. I got back on Wednesday morning at
Today-
6:40.
For the listener, is Friday, which means that Chloe is in very chipper form having come back from Australia because the flight is, may I say, hellish.
Fucking hellish.
It's the worst part of it because I love Melbourne so much, but God, it's so awful.
Can I ask you guys what you think of this?
Please.
On the way back,
Yeah.
I think I might have like some weird curvature of the spine that I need to get checked out because I just couldn't like sit properly on the chair. But anyway,
Airplane seats are notoriously uncomfortable. Like, they're famously bad.
but the woman in front of me, halfway through the flight, maybe a third of the way into the flight, leaned back,
Yeah.
and I was so claustrophobic. because my TV screen was like in
Yeah.
my face. Do you think she like that's okay that she did that?
Okay, so this is okay, just so you know, there's like a section of the internet that is devoted to this.
Really?
People are furious about it. You have two modes of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
One is, unless it's sleep time, it's rude as fuck.
Mm.
Especially if somebody's trying to eat.
Mm.
And also people have a like, if you put your seat back for your kid and there's a tall person behind you, you're rude as fuck. All that jazz. There's also another mode of thinking that is everyone can put their seat back. You're just embarrassed to do it to the person behind you.
Yeah, because I'm a nice person that cares about others.
But everyone can do it, so go for it. It's an option that's available to everyone, and it's completely fine to do it whenever. You don't know what kind of day people have had or where they're going or what they need.
Yeah.
So it's fine. I've come to this conclusion, like, which is that, like, the rage I feel about it gets me nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I've asked people to put their seat forward before. They haven't. Hellish. Makes it so uncomfortable and awkward. I've lived with it and been furious the whole time. It hasn't ruined their flight, just mine.
Mm.
I have had to come to peace with it. But I do think it's a dick move. But it's one that you cannot change. So I think you just have to be like, it's gonna happen. I just have to put mine back if I want the comfort level.
I think I went through that where I've been trying to work on this with my therapist, where it's like, not everyone in public is behaving to spite me.
It's a hard thing to believe, though, isn't it? Oh my God, I think I need to do therapy on that because,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was just like, I think what she's done is incredibly rude. I'm so angry and cross at her, but she doesn't realise that what she's done is like ruined my flight, essentially.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I've got two options. I either say something and risk the consequences of that and risk getting even more angry because I won't get the response that I want, or I just make peace with it and just do what I can for that bit of the journey. And once I went through that, I was like, this is, like, I hate this, but this is fine.
Good. Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
Huge growth. I've also, the only reason I got over my anger is I have been on long haul flights with people who have been enraged by it and watching their rage whilst they did nothing about it and wouldn't even put their own seat back and had their own trip ruined. And then they ruined my flight too. I was like, this is futile.
Yeah.
And actually, you're now the problem.
Can I just give a glimpse behind the podcast curtain, which is that we are recording this after we've recorded the section with Tatty.
Yes, we are.
And you were speaking so fast in the section with Tatty, and now you've completely calmed down. And I think it's because you've realised that you're not going to get interrupted by Helen.
Oh, that's a fascinating take. Whereas actually, it was that Tatty had to get a train.
Oh, so you were just like speaking so fast because she had to get trained?
That was obviously on my mind. I was like, oh, we got to make sure that she's out by this time.
I thought
we got to
you were
make
just
sure
like, Helen's gonna oink at any minute.
I mean, there is probably that on a subconscious level, but on a real level, I was like, if somebody says to me like, oh, I have to go at this time, that basically my entire thing is the whole meeting will just be me going like, watch the clock for them, watch the clock for them, watch the clock for them, watch the clock for them.
So instead of just like going at your normal pace and accepting you can fit in whatever you can, you're like, we'll just do it a double time so I can fit in exactly the same amount as before.
Yeah, which is exactly how I live my life and why I never have a day off. Because I'm like, I should probably say no to that. Or I could just do everything in a much worse state. Excellent.
You are a Hermione Granger, aren't you?
Oh God, I'd love one of those little clocky thingamajigs.
What's it?
Time turners?
What's a remember-all?
I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, to be clear, neither are we.
Yeah,
now.
I fucking love
I
J.K.
wanna be
Rowling. She's one of my favourite ladies, actually. Love what she's doing for the cause. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, big fan.
Yeah. I haven't really followed any of her work post 2017, so I don't know if there's anything that I should be aware of. But But you seem peaceful, is what I'm trying to say.
I am now. I'm also calmer now that I know that you don't hate our studio. You hate the origin story.
I of course I don't hate your studio. I think it's so beautiful.
Why did you pause before that?
Because when you pause, it sounds like you're like, I'm just gonna like be really conscious of the words that I'm choosing.
Yeah, in a way where it feels like you're lying.
No.
Tell us about bloody Australia then.
Yeah,
Come on, did you have the best time ever? You went to the Melbourne Comedy Festival. I've been. It was my greatest month of my life.
We've got an email about Melbourne actually, just before to give some lovely context.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, let's hear it.
About me?
Yes, you are indeed mentioned.
Go on.
Hi Hogs, just wanted to give you a big thank you for introducing me to so many great comedians. It's currently Melbourne Comedy Festival and I've never been to so many shows. The name recognition alone has been really helpful.
Wow.
I didn't know some of them were coming, but I've booked for Leah Reich and Lara Ricotte after seeing their posters at the info booth, and obviously Chloe Pets and Huge Davies.
Woohoo!
I hope you can all make it down to the next festival. Thanks again, Caroline.
Thanks,
That's
Caroline.
sick.
That's so cute.
That's so cool that people in Australia went to your show because they'd heard about you on our podcast.
That is really cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Hey, we made it out of a shipping container. That's amazing.
And now you've got this beautiful, beautiful studio. See, I didn't pause once. You see?
But the tone was...
No.
There was a tone.
I can either pause or get the
There
tone
was
right.
a tone.
You make
know
your
there was a
decision.
tone. For fuck's sake.
Do you want tone or pause? I can't do both.
Wow. Wow. I don't know how Em puts up with you. Now then, you went to Melbourne. Did you get to stay in that fancy hotel place?
The Adina.
Oh,
Did you
sweet
stay in the
shit. Oh,
Adina?
yes, I did. With the pool and the gym.
Yeah, pool in the gym. So we pooled very regularly.
Nice. It's unbelievable. You basically get to stay in these like serviced apartments. So you're like in a hotel, but the hotel room is an apartment. And then they're like, have free use of the gym and the pool. And also there's cucumber water in the lobby. And you're like, who lives
We didn't
like
have cucumber water. Maybe we were in a different place. Or
No, maybe they
they've
just stopped the-
discontinued after COVID.
I love the lack of cucumber water. It's like, oh no, we must be talking about an entirely different place. There's no way they wouldn't have put it out
I
for
didn't
us.
see any cucumber water for the whole month.
Maybe they did discontinue post-COVID. Maybe I drank so much of the cucumber water that we can't sustain
No
it.
more. Like
These comedians are parched.
You fucked their business model because you ate so much, drank so much cucumber water.
Do you eat or drink cucumber water? A question for the ages.
Obviously, drink. That's not a good question.
All right.
You know that's not a good question.
Okay,
though.
now Chloe's like, it was obviously the egg. Sorry. All right, sorry.
Can I eat one?
No, you can't
Hang
eat
on,
the
shall I see if
eggs
she's
first.
replied?
Jesus.
Hang on, I put my phone on airplane.
I'm going to need to see the reply before you start eating her. It's so astonishing that you think that you're entitled to that after all of Em's work setting
Not
up the
entitled,
studio
just
and
one.
editing.
She would give me one anyway. Hang on.
Would she give you first pick?
Please. All she said is, please save some.
That's so beautifully defeatist.
It's like, I know you're gonna eat it. I know you're gonna eat loads of it. Please, can you at least just save me some? Not like, yes, you can have a piece. Just like, God, I know if you open this, you're gonna try to eat it all. So that's so astonishing that she's like, please don't eat it all.
Hang on, I'll send her a
Please don't eat
picture.
it all.
Please allow me a sliver of my own gift.
I'm gonna send you a picture.
Chloe, that's a horrible indictment of you as a partner. Please leave me one
I
piece of
told
my own
you.
chocolate.
I told you I'm a big strong boy that's growing. You can't.
That's astonishing because I am currently dating a dote of a person who cannot share.
Really.
She tries so hard, but when it comes to food, she just inhales without thinking. And like, I'll be like, I'll have, like maybe set up the situation, bought the food, be like, I brought you this as a treat, like it's, and then she will just be like, and then I'll be like, oh, I thought we could, and she'll be like, huh? And I'm like, oh, you weren't gonna.
Do you know what? That's really. I don't know. I think I am quite jet lagged because I'm having really extreme emotions. That's pissed me off.
Why?
Because just give you a little bit. Even I give them a little bit.
I know, but she doesn't mean it. It just doesn't occur to her. Also, she was raised with two brothers, middle child.
Yeah, but
they eat as in she's like, if you didn't eat fast, you didn't eat, and I do get that. But no, the consequence is that she's trying to do two things for me that she doesn't usually do naturally: bitch and share.
She's really bad at bitching.
She's so bad at
We've
bitching.
really
She's
tried
so
to
nice.
We've really tried to get some stuff out of her,
and she's getting better.
Yeah,
like
I think hopefully she's seeing us as like a safe space for the bitching.
Yeah,
like it won't go any further. We
no,
won't think of her as a bad person.
She's working on it, but with the food stuff, she is now getting much better. But what she will do is occasionally remember at her last bite. So then the stakes are so
yeah, because
high.
the thing, if I've eaten a whole thing and it's my last bite, then
You've saved the best bite.
psychologically I've planned for that bite.
Yeah.
And then if someone's gonna have a bit, I'm like, that's beyond
The
the pale.
window has closed. Whereas I'm like, yeah, I'll take the last bite. And then she always looks so devastated that I'm like, for fuck's sake, forget it.
Well, once I had a big packet of crisps and was eating them next to Lulu Popperwell. And she describes it as, I don't remember it like this because I think I blacked out. But she went,
Ellen does that. She will black out when she's
she
eating.
went, can I have some crisps? And I went, no, there's none left. And then straightened out the bag and apparently looked her in the eye as I just drank the last bit of the crisps. So out of order. No, there's none left. That's mean, isn't it?
Oh God, that's so funny. That is so funny. Oh man, yeah, that's exactly it. And she doesn't. She always feels such guilt afterwards. I'll be like, oh, I'd have loved to taste that. She'll be like, oh.
If you feel guilt that much, then
No,
work
but
on
don't you
yourself.
have that thing where you're like, don't you have anything where you're similar, where you're like, for example, I will often watch a TV show without her, and then she'll be like, oh, we were gonna watch that together, and I'll be like,
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. You're both selfish as each other.
yeah, I guess we're both quite like, we both like what we like when we like it.
Yeah, and I think that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that's selfish. I think
But
that's a good thing.
she's working on it, and I'll try to do the same. But hey, my point is, what is Em saying?
She said, so it's been a back and forth.
Yeah.
She said, please save some. I said, I won't eat it all. Can I just have a bit? And just to let you know, there was lots of exclamation marks and lots of question marks.
Yeah.
Catherine needs this in writing. She says, you can have one strip. What kind is it? And then I sent a picture saying, what can I have? And she said, you can have the white one. You can try the others if you like. And the negotiation is now ongoing where I'm saying, what about an egg?
You just text your girlfriend, what about an egg? Fantastic.
Yep,
Fantastic.
that's not like a
No, it's good stuff.
that's not like a suggestion of fertility, is it?
Whoa,
Is that
I
what
wasn't
you were
thinking
trying
that. No, I just thought it was a funny sentence to say, but you
Oh,
made
what
it
about
meant for her fertility. Yikes.
Okay,
So cool that she's going to be editing this episode.
Oh,
You
dear.
okay?
Oh, dear.
What
This
does
is
that sound?
What's that?
He just did like a wheezy laugh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's so sweet.
So I do know that I'm allowed at least a strip of that.
But that's not the one you want.
I want that.
I know you do. Is it worth holding out for? Or do you want to try the one you at least want? You don't want.
I imagine I can have.
Oh, here's a question. Because Em said a strip, are you thinking a horizontal strip or a vertical strip?
Oh my God, Andrew!
You know exactly what I was thinking.
Andrew!
You know-
Do not take a vertical strip. Don't you dare! Well, my brain went to a totally different place. If my girlfriend texted me being like, you can have one strip, I'd be like, sweet, 9 p.m. I want this music. I want you to start in a vest and pinstripe trousers. Begin. It was niche and specific.
Pinstripe. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how have you been then while I've been away?
Well, missing you, obviously, and also so insanely busy. I'm about to do one of the weirdest TV jobs I've ever done, but I can't talk about on air.
You can't.
No, but I will tell you about it afterwards.
Okay.
But that's stressing me out a lot. Because it turns out I like people to laugh with me, but I'm not very comfortable with people laughing at me. Shock.
Oh,
Shock.
that's a little.
Shock. I struggle with embarrassment and shame.
And you'll be embarrassed in this show.
Oh, for sure. Right. Yeah, I think like a lot
Maybe
of the
it's
time.
a good exercise then in learning how not to be embarrassed or ashamed.
I think it's certainly going to be a good exercise in humbling.
Yeah.
It'll be that.
Could you do like between now and then? Can you do some stuff that you find embarrassing to try and like for exposure therapy?
No.
Just do something a little crazy right now. Just you know, just do something a bit wild.
Do that. Wow. Even that's embarrassing. That's so funny. Wow. No, I did hate that actually. And so thank you for that. That's good.
Come
But
on,
wait,
do
just-
something
wait,
embarrassing.
circle
Lose
back-
control. Scream.
I hate this.
Oink. Oink. And come and hold my tits without my consent.
That's just stuff you want me to do now. Come on, Chloe.
Without my consent. I
Without
don't
my
like
consent,
this.
but with all of my enthusiasm. Hey, wait. So, but no. How did you find Australian audiences? What was the best part of being in Australia?
They were so earnest, the Australian audiences, that sometimes they wouldn't go for irony. So, but like in a really kind, lovely way.
Okay.
Where they take things at quite face value.
They meant
because
well.
I just think they're like an uncynical people.
Oh, that's so nice.
And
how good is their brunch?
the brunch is really good and
God
really big.
damn. I know,
which I
so
look for
big.
in a brunch.
What did you get? What was your favorite brunch?
Oh fuck. So Ed Gamble and I spent quite a bit of time together, and I went
You did his tour support, so you are good friends, and you guys love to talk food.
We love to talk food. We love to be together.
He dresses like the same lesbian you are.
We dress the same. We buy all of the same clothes. We went shopping a lot together.
Nice.
And
I actually did the chapel with him before he went out there and was like, Chloe's already found the good vintage shop. She's gonna have bought everything I want.
but it was so funny. I took him into this like amazing shop called, it's spelled Havn. If you're in Melbourne, go to Harvard. It's incredible. It's one of the best shops I've ever been in. And I took him in there and we were like walking around looking for like maybe 20 minutes or something. And then I just picked a shirt out and was like, you're going to buy this. And he was like, yes, I love that. I'm about to buy it now.
That's so nice.
But
he may not have directly said that quote. I'm now like, oh, did I misquote Ed? And the only reason I care about that is because occasionally he does listen to the podcast, which is a sweet thing of him to do. But he usually does that because he enjoys the disgusting things Helen says. So maybe we'll just not even listen to this episode.
yeah, it's less likely for him to listen if I'm on. Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
But
That's savage.
we had a brunch where I had like this like chili crab. So it was like a deep fried crab with like toast, like a mound of scrambled eggs, like too many scrambled eggs. I felt my cholesterol just going up.
Yeah.
And then it was with like some like chilies and avocado and stuff like that.
Yum.
It was incredible.
Was the crab in the shell or out of the shell?
In the shell, soft shell crab. And
That's the most foodie patronising thing you've ever said to me. Yeah, soft shell crab. In the soft shell crab. Yeah. I get you now. Thank you.
I'm
Go
just
on.
trying to create a visual image for you. And then another day we went to this bakery called Loon or Luna. It's spelled Lune.
Okay.
And Ed had like booked this. It's called like a pastry lab. So you sit on like a counter.
Yeah.
With like, you know, the 8 people that are booked onto it. And in this bakery, they have like this glass box where all of the people that make the pastries are in it. So, you know, like you know, Joe's glass box.
Yeah, but
it looks like that, but they're making croissants. And you watch them make all the croissants and stuff. And it's like this temperature control place. And so
oh my God, I'm getting hungry.
we had like a 3-course.
Can you ask Em if I can have an egg?
Yeah, of course. Right, let's see what she said. You can have an egg. Can Catherine have one?
No, now I feel bad, but I do want one.
Who's it from is the question.
Ooh, those are from Elle.
Yeah.
Who Disney Elle say.
Elle
Say-
as in
ELLE.
ELLE, who drives cruises.
who drives
Cruise ships.
cruise ships.
And the fancy chocolate is from
Oh, God.
Ollie.
Ollie, yes.
Okay,
Correct.
but and also Ollie. Okay.
Now then.
So this
We're recording far too close to lunch for this to be good
It-
podcasting.
Oh, can you tell we're
I'm so
hungry?
sorry.
Can you tell?
Can we get a pizza?
Oh, that'd be nice. So 3-course.
So 3-course pastries. So it opens with just a croissant. But when I say just a croissant,
The best
I
one you've
mean
ever had in your life.
the best croissant I've ever had in my life.
Whoa.
Out of the oven 10 minutes,
Oh,
which apparently is the optimum time. And it was like shiny, like I could see my face in it.
yum.
And then Ed hadn't booked me the vegetarian one, and that was okay by me because the
Fine.
second course was
Oh, sweet God, tell
it was
me.
like a taco, but the shell was like croissant pastry,
Yes.
and it had smoked corn paste on the bottom,
Yum.
then like a layer of avocado,
Uh-huh.
and then this sous vide pork belly,
Holy Jesus.
which was then like finished fried,
Fucking hell.
and then like this like
That
capsicum.
whole thing sounds like it would melt in your mouth like butter.
Oh my God, it was incredible.
The capsicum what now?
Capsicum salsa.
Oh.
And like a bit of like capsicum and chili.
Yum.
Oh, it was incredible. And then the third course was like we couldn't get through it. It was like this.
What? Why?
I'll show you a picture of it. It was like you got like a massive slab of cake, which was like
I hate wasted food.
we took it home with us.
Oh,
and
thank
ate it
God.
later.
Okay, fine.
There's like 10 tiers of like pastry and then like petit foy cream, marmalade, dulce de leche, and then just like
Fuck
on top of each other.
Oh.
And it was just mad. And then at the end, like, they were like, "Do you want any hot chocolates or anything?" And I went to Ed like, "I'm so sick. Like, I feel so sick." And the guy came over and was like, "Anything else for you?" And I was like, "1 hot chocolate." And it was just incredible. Yeah, it was just.
God damn, you had a nice
Astonishing.
time. You had such a nice time. I'm so hungry and jealous.
We ate so many good stuff. We did like another like 10-course thing at Super Normal, and the highlights of that was like
Wait, was this not really expensive?
yeah. I've spent all my money. I've no money left.
Yeah, okay. This is the interesting thing. So just for context, you feel rich in at this particular festival because when you get there, they're like, part of your pay is a
Per diem.
per diem, and they give it to you in cash, and you're like, oh, I'll just spend this on my food. But some days, obviously, you don't spend the per diem on food. And so you end up like nearer the end with like dollar cash.
Catherine, that is mental. I spent all of my per diems in the first week.
Oh, okay. I ended up with this, and then I lived like I was a queen, like because I was living in this apartment, and I just felt like a totally different woman in for the whole thing, and I loved it.
Yeah, and it's that
God,
thing
Melbourne,
of like
it's the perfect weather that time of year as well.
it's also that thing where you're like, oh, when in Melbourne.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Oh God, it was so good. I'm so glad you had such a good time.
We
Did you
got
mean
really
to
good
get
at-
a white chocolate one there now?
Yeah, we got really good at bowling.
Nice. Nice.
Actually, this is what I should say is I legally shouldn't be allowed to be in a country where logistically I can't watch the Premier League for a month because I put that rowdiness out elsewhere.
Where'd you put it?
You know, calling.
Can you tell we're eating the eggs?
It's really in my ears. Listeners, if you hate food stuff, I'm so sorry. But if you enjoy the ASMR, bit of a bonus for you.
Well, just let me suck it for 1 sec.
Sorry, Andrew. Is this bad podcasting?
It's different podcasting. It flies in the face of convention and quality.
Thank you, Em. God damn, that was divine. That was divine. Really good stuff, actually.
So anyway,
So,
I just got
because
rowdy
you
all
couldn't
the
watch
time.
the football, you'd put your readiness into bowling.
No, like I just like, you know, if I got annoyed, I'd just like call a self-service checkout sex offender or something. Like
Yeah, nice.
you know?
Nice. Good to have someone to direct it. That's amazing. Hey, did you make any unexpected friends when you were in Melbourne? Because it's nice. It kind of like levels everyone in a way. It's like summer camp. Mm-hmm. Two big friends.
I made these two friends called Jane and Ange. When they come over to the UK, you should have them on the podcast.
Are they comedians?
They're so they're a double act.
Jane and Ange. Check them out, guys.
They are so
Are they called
funny.
Jane and Ange? They're double
I
act?
think so. They're so funny and such nice people. And was what
Are they doing the Fringe?
Yeah.
Sweet.
What happens is, you know, the festival bar.
Yeah.
So basically, like, a lot of the hubs of venues are at the Melbourne Town Hall, and then just across the road from that is a bar called Max Watts, and that becomes like the festival bar for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you go in and there's like a pass holders bar, but then downstairs there's like a stage that every night there's like late night comedy on, and then the chair
And a lip sync battle.
which Leo and Lara won.
Woohoo!
That was one of
They
my,
won the
like-
final?
They won the final. They
Whoa,
were
that's sick!
That was one of my highlights of. That was where I could like cheer like I cheered so loud I almost passed out.
When Mawan did it, everyone was like, I was apparently like full on like Kim Kardashian's mom vibes. Like I was full Kris Jenner. I was losing my fucking mind. It's phenomenal. What a spectacle.
So Leo and Lara were like amazing at like storytelling. So they did a Taylor Swift song that I can't remember the name of, but it was like
Okay, we're different people.
Lara was dressed as like a fuckboy and Leo was dressed as like a blonde girl. And they were like facing the front of the stage, and they were imagining that they were like looking through the window at each other, doing signs to each other.
That's amazing.
It was so good. And like Lara's character would be like, "Hey, you up? Like, what's up?" And then
What song is this?
just amazing stuff where like where she'd be like, "So what do you think of the Israel-Palestine conflict?" And then Leo would like come back with like this essay, and then he'd lose interest. So like we'll put it down and then just be like, "I don't know you," and
That's amazing.
it was just amazing. And then the pullback and reveal was that Leo had been like trying to entrap this fuck boy, and Sam Campbell, Paul Williams, and some other guy came out and like tied him up. It was
phenomenal.
It was amazing. But anyway, that happens at the festival bar, and that was where Jane and Ange would frequent, and they were just so lovely and
Such
fun
Aussie names.
and kind.
Jane and Ange feel very Australian.
I've got their stage names: Ange Lavoie-Pierre and Jane Watt.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Amazing.
And Ange she said the only sentence of the month that was so Australian I couldn't understand it.
Which was?
Here, why there's seckies in the dunny?
Huh?
Why there's seckies in the dunny?
What?
Andrew, any thoughts?
Has someone been sick in the bathroom?
No.
Why are there seckies?
Seckies in the dunny.
Oh.
The dunny is the loo, right?
Yeah, I got that bit.
Seckies.
Secular.
What? Why are there sectarians?
Why are there unionists in the... Has anyone seen the Protestants in the bathroom?
Absolutely baffled.
What is it?
Security guards.
Oh.
I was never getting there. I wasn't even close.
Me neither. And I saw the seckies in the dunny and I still didn't know that's what she was referring.
And why were there seckies in the dunny?
They didn't want us doing drugs.
Oh. Wah wah. Lame. Australia.
Boo.
Boo. I don't know.
Trusty Hogs is pro drugs.
Well.
We're not on the BBC anymore.
Yeah.
And then my other festival highlight, Rob Orton.
A charming man.
More than a charming man, maybe the best man.
Yay.
He has this incredible quality of like seeing the beauty in all things in such an earnest way that it makes you see the beauty in things too.
Oh gosh,
and it
that's
makes
lovely.
you just feel so happy just to see like a tree or just to be like alive. And it just gave me like this completely different perspective on
That is gorgeous.
just reminded me to just be like really happy and feel lucky.
It's
with what
really
I've got.
infectious, isn't it? Ellen will like actually stop to smell the roses, unironically,
Yeah. M does that too.
and it's
Yeah.
like, wow, what a way to live, to be like so appreciative and present, and that's so nice.
Yeah, Rob changed my life.
Whoa.
That much of a
Did you
of
join a
friend.
cult when you were in Australia?
Yeah, it's me and Rob. We just run around holding hands, climbing up trees.
I love it. I love it. The big boys.
The big boys.
With growing appetites.
I must give a shout out to Hugh Davies as well, who was like an absolute asset during that. But it did fall into early on when we got to Abu Dhabi airport. Rob and I had only really met properly for the first time, and he kept like asking me loads of questions about like what do we do next, and I went, I don't know, and he went, I'm really sorry, I have this issue where if I perceive someone to be more competent than me, I'll just like ask them loads of questions even though they might not know the answer. And I was like, that's good to note because I will mother people that wish to be mothered.
Yeah.
And then we were like kind of made like this unspoken pact that we wouldn't let that happen.
Nice.
But Hugh Davies did not make that unspoken pact with me, and it was like ferrying a toddler around the place. At one point, I was going to Ed Gamble like it's like ferrying a toddler around the place, and then I just hear Hugh behind me go, "Oh no, I've dropped my chocolate bar!" And I just went, "I'm not getting involved. I'm leaving. I'm not."
Yeah, you're the only woman in quite a male space there. It's quite funny that, like, it's quite predictable that you ended up being the mother, but that's pathetic.
Yeah,
that's pathetic, Hugh.
We'd walk the same way every day, and he'd just like go the wrong way, and I'd be like, "How have you?" Like, we've been here for 25 days.
I will say I do relate to that. I have no sense of direction and will frequently get lost on my way home.
Yeah, but you're responsible in other ways that I would be happy to take that responsibility because I know that you take a responsibility.
And also, I'll
elsewhere.
Google it. Like, I'm not gonna be like, how do I get there?
Whereas for the whole month, Hugh didn't have any data outside of the hotel because he hadn't arranged with his phone contact to be able to get roaming abroad.
They tell you to do that in advance. I remember the prep email.
No. So if
I
he wasn't on the
absolutely
Wi-Fi,
love-
then we weren't contacting you.
I love an email in advance that's like, the following things is what you need to do to enter this country.
Yeah, but do you think Hugh Davies would have read that?
No.
I will say, I think it's a very funny observation about Hugh and also male comedians in general. They are so disorganized, especially, and Hugh's one of the worst of them. But I've never seen them come together so much as when they do Comedians 5-a-side football. I've been added to the Comedians 5-a-side football group chat. It's got such strict rules. Like, you've got to send a message at 12 o'clock on a Thursday. You've got to put 12:15 on a Sunday. You say you're in. And if you don't do it, you've got to do like all these like real strict points. And they all follow it. They're all capable of it. So they can organize their lives. They just choose not to.
It's
Only when it's
important to
football.
know it's a choice.
I
Thank
don't
you,
know that it's a choice.
Andrew.
I don't know that it's a choice. I gave Hugh enough feedback throughout the month that I was like, oh no, this boy just physically can't. Do you know what happened? There was this whole joke the whole month that I was like his mother, and we were like, no, not really. Like, he's self-sufficient. I went a day later than Rob and Hugh. I get down to the hotel reception to check out, and they go, oh, you're with Davies, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm with you. And they were like, he's left his house keys.
What?
He just left his house keys in Australia.
How? Why would he even have them out?
So I had to courier his house keys home.
Are you fucking...
And then meet him last night and do a handover.
In my head, he's like waiting on his own doorstep for you to arrive. To be like, Mummy, can you let me in? I'm freezing.
Oh yeah. And then when he turned up to collect the keys last night, he went, don't hug me, a bird shat on me. He's just like the most unfortunate man you have ever met.
It's wild that having come from like probably the airport to bring him his keys, he would even assume you'd want to hug him first and not be like fucking slap.
I was like, don't even look at me.
Oh my God, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. That's so devastating.
But
wow, that's very funny. Okay, great. Well, I'm glad you had such a good time.
What was your highlight of Melbourne when you went?
The brunch was excellent.
It's just all roads lead to brunch.
Oh
with
my
you.
God, it was so, I love brunch, and also I am hungry. But also, Alice Fraser took me paddleboarding in St Kilda, and that was so cool. And also just getting to know like loads of really nice comics from the States. We got on really well with them. But mainly it was like feeling like a woman with no concerns. So much of my life is maintaining the home. Like I feel like maintaining my house is like a full-time job. Just like being an adult is quite like administratively heavy in a way that I didn't anticipate. And the freedom of like, I don't have to figure out how I'm going to pay for things, where I need to go, where I'm going to live. I felt like free.
Because you also have like people
light.
from the festival that in the first week, like if you have to go somewhere, they'll turn up at the hotel and like walk you to that place, and you're like,
the best.
I've got Google Maps.
I know, it's so nice.
But
they'll baby you to shit, and also like there would be a group chat where it'd be like, does anyone want to go here for brunch? I didn't have to make a decision once.
Yeah.
I have to make all the decisions.
What I
in my
will say though
life.
is, if you're not making the decision, someone is making the decision, and it fell a lot to me to be the leader of that group chat and be like, this is what we're doing at this time.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. I did take my foot off the pedal.
But it's good. It's good for people like you that you're not doing it for 1 month.
Yeah.
You're not becoming the person that.
Yeah, that's true. Probably by the like third week I was, but
Yeah.
but I just loved it. I also just loved the capacity to actually write because you weren't on the same email time zone as everybody else.
Yes.
Oh my God, the
Yes.
creative energy that creates is so nice. The space is so lovely. Yeah, I loved it, and I would love to go back. It sounds
Maybe
divine.
we could go again next year.
I'd love that. Yes, please.
That would be
please,
really
Melvin,
cool.
if you're listening,
We
please.
can brunch together constantly. The thing I
That would
will
be
say
heaven.
is, I think why my jet lag has been all right is because the last 5 days I stayed out till at least 5 a.m. every day.
Whoa.
But the
cool, you
latest
went
one I did was
crazy.
7. Oh yeah, I went nuts. I went
You went
nuts.
mad?
I just love to dance.
I love to dance.
Yeah.
But not till 5 a.m.
But it was perfect because then it was like M's evening, so I could just give her a bell at the end of the night. Perfect.
You romantic.
She
you.
she probably hated it because it would just be like drivel. I just went to McDonald's. It was really nice.
Did you go to that vegan chicken place?
No.
Oh God, it's so good. It's like fried chicken, but it's all vegan.
Do you know what it's called?
I cannot remember for the life of me.
Okay, well, we'll
Carl
have to go back.
Donnelly usually. Seitan.
House of Satan.
House of
There's one
Satan.
in Camden.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay.
It's
Do you think
so
we could
good.
get there in the break?
Yeah, I figure let's do it. Hello, Tatty. How are you?
I'm excited to be here.
Bonjour, bienvenue at TrustyHogs.
Yeah. Before you got here, we never met before, and I was like, "Oh, what's Tatty like?" And Andrew just went, "Just like French," and that was all you were describing.
But then you arrived with a Peace Love Arsenal t-shirt
know,
on, and
I
it sort of threw the
know.
vibe, to be honest.
I'm really sending mixed messages.
You are.
I want to say on the air right now, I don't support Arsenal. I don't support anyone.
She said holding
And
her
she
Arsenal
doesn't
chest
to
in
my
like a
breast.
golden chest.
Neither does she support peace or love.
Honestly, this is so. Okay. Also, what's weird about me wearing this t-shirt? Okay, it's on so many different levels. This is so personal, but we're going in so deep, so quick. This was a gift from my ex-boyfriend, who was a massive Arsenal fan. It was made by his brother,
Behave.
who is an even bigger Arsenal fan. He makes a fanzine and has like an entire fashion brand dedicated to Arsenal. And what's really,
I mean, I will say it's the most tasteful football t-shirt I've seen.
thank you.
To
I
be fair,
agree.
if it's a fashion brand, it is just a white T-shirt that he's put a couple of words on.
Hey, let's not shit on the brother. He
Yeah,
didn't hurt
let's
her.
shit on-
The brother
yeah.
didn't hurt her. The brother did the boyfriend hurt you?
No, neither
That's
hurt
not,
me.
they're nice boys.
Yeah.
Peace, love, and
I
Arsenal.
mean, I
They're
wouldn't go that
Arsenal
far,
fans.
but
Okay.
I don't mind. But you know what it made me realise is that I have been following football since we broke up. And my flatmate was like, "Oh, that's great. Like that passion has like really rubbed off on you." And I was like, "No, that's not why I'm I just want to know that he's sad." I just like to keep track.
It's a bad season for an Arsenal fan to be
Exactly.
sad then. It's been going really well for them.
But there was a bit where it seemed like he might be happy without me, and and not anymore.
Oh my god, that's delightful. And there I was thinking, I'm so self-involved. I was like, oh, she's strategically chosen the t-shirt for the lesbians. No, not at all. This
She's
is still
just bitter and twisted.
Oh, we love it.
Thank
we
you,
love it so
Chloe.
much.
No, to be
You're French
Do you have a
bitter and
show
twisted.
title name yet? Because bitter and twisted could work.
wow. I have got a show title, and it is not that good.
What
so
is
maybe
it?
Let's workshop it.
Well,
then.
no, I
No,
don't.
it's in the Edinburgh Fringe
Oh,
brochure.
shit.
It's in the brochure, yeah, and everyone knows. Everyone watches the brochure. Looks
What
at the
is it
brochure.
then?
Yeah, no, the hard copy brochure is where it's at.
Is where it's at. That's
Yeah.
where everyone books their show. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're not going to like it because it's not going to make any sense, and it's a bit arty-farty.
Okay.
But it's Fugue.
Okay, well,
Foog. I like it.
this is you're talking
Catherine.
to a person that called my show Transients and immediately regretted it because it sounded like I was trying to be clever, and it's difficult to like bear the cross of having a show name that you're not that enthusiastic about. But explain Food to us.
I'm quite into my show name because
you
I
said
did.
you just said you didn't like it.
No, I don't
No,
like
she said
saying
you
it.
wouldn't like it.
Yeah, I said I wouldn't like it. But we are the same person, so that makes sense. No, what I feel like it's just other comedians. It sounds pretentious because
Say it, how do you spell Foog?
Fugue.
I would say fugue.
Fugue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But
As in like being in a fugue state.
français.
Yeah,
Yes.
Great.
yeah. Thank you.
I think it's so good. It's also beautifully vague, which means that the show can become what the show is, and the name will fit if you want it, if you try hard enough.
Exactly. So the way it is, and I've really hashed the definition to make it work. So there's two definitions for fugue. There's one which is like it's a musical thing, and the second one is, and I can never remember it, even though I've called it that for months, and I really should have learnt the definition by now. But it's a psychological state in which is a flight from one's home, often paired with a loss of awareness of one's own identity.
You remembered that pretty well.
Okay,
Yeah, well, that
that's
was-
the first time.
Can
Yeah.
you say it again? I couldn't take it in.
No.
No, that was the one time. Listen
That was
back
a
on your
fun-
own time, Chloe Beth.
God damn it.
So flight from one's home, often paired with a loss of one's sense of identity.
Right.
And then it goes on to say, often teamed with hysteria and like epilepsy. But that bit I've cut off because that's not relevant to my show.
Yeah, no, it would be weird to do a
We're
show
allowed
about
to do that,
epilepsy
right?
if you're not epileptic.
Yeah,
and
exactly. That's what
Yeah,
I
because
thought.
I don't think anyone's coming to your show with like the dictionary definition and going, she hasn't done hysteria or epilepsy.
Yeah.
You've not met French people. Like, I feel like that could happen.
That is correct. I refuse to hang around with any of them.
Not really your vibe.
That's so funny. But for context, because your accent, it doesn't say French, but your hair does. Confusing.
You think this hair says French?
Not the pink, but the cut.
Oh, the cut.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
that's
yes.
a really good point.
We've
I
always
did
seen
that on
blue is the
purpose.
warmest colour.
Sure.
I've not.
You're like
That
the flip
also
side of
fits.
it. Yeah.
That also fits. But here's my... I actually haven't seen it either, to be fair. Because I left it too long, and then there were all those articles about how they were
How
probably...
awful
It was
he
probably
was.
coercive. And then I was
Yeah.
like, it's too late now.
Yeah, but she's had an amazing. I mean, they both had amazing careers out of it. But it really launched the career of
Leia? Seydoux?
the
Is that-
young.
she in
No,
that or
Leia
no?
Seydoux was huge before then.
Oh.
The younger one, I think she's called Elle or something.
Oh, can you do the French accent again?
I don't.
That was
Could you
working
say their
for me.
names again?
Yeah, that was really working for me.
only
No, Leia Seydoux.
More French, please.
Pause the podcast. Give Chloe a moment.
For a second, I thought you said give Chloe a boner, but you said moment. You said moment. And that's important. That's good. Women doing podcasts is safe, and this is good and appropriate workplace chat. Here's
right.
I don't know why I'm worried about us offending you. Helen's not here. Your life's great. She would be screaming in German at you and
Helen would have
holding your tits.
yeah, they held them and told you their size.
Yeah,
by
sorry,
now.
we can't do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean,
I
I would love to do that.
I could try, but I'm not going to volunteer for that.
Chloe volunteering as tribute. I could give it a go.
On me, I feel like it's a little bit different. On Helen, it's just like, oh, you know, your kooky best friend.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, it feels a bit more predatory.
From either of us,
if
I think it
offer.
seems
Yeah.
opportunistic,
Yeah.
to be honest.
That's really, isn't it funny how this is such a safe space because we're all women? Because if I was on a podcast and you were a man and you suggested to me that you could feel my breast to figure out
Yeah.
what size it would be, like that would go down so bad.
you
It
listened
would
to
go
this
down
podcast
bad.
before?
Yeah, I feel like it still should go down badly from either of us, to be honest.
And my first thought was, I would love for someone to do that. I love the idea of someone being able to. Also, like, I'm not even sure what size they are. I mean,
She's incredible.
Breast shopping's a nightmare.
Oh,
She's
it's
honestly
unbelievable.
amazing.
It's her superpower. If
She's-
you see her at a gig,
Yeah,
like
let's do it.
anyone, she can do it with anyone, and it's unreal. Like
And
she'll
it's
straight up.
every time she hits every time.
And she knows what the breast size is, just like that. Back as well, or just
Back-
the cup?
No,
both,
no, back
both.
and cup.
And
she's-
people know she's right as well, because even when people are wearing the wrong size, they never say no, you're wrong. They go,
Oh.
Like, we were in a bathroom with Deborah Francis White. Helen measured her. She said what size she was, and Deborah didn't say no. Deborah said, but I spent so much money on this bra.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, you know she's spot on. She's so good.
And then the next time you see Deborah Francis White, she'll be like, my back pain is no longer there. Helen, you've solved everything.
Yeah.
Because she's changed her bra. It's incredible.
We're going to get her on just to
Okay.
check in on her back.
But can I just say that I know that I wear bras that are too big for me.
Do you? Well, I'm glad that you... But why do you do that?
I don't like wearing tight things on my back. So 100%, like people will be like, oh, you should wear something that's quite fitted and there's lift. And I just know that really if I took off my bra, there wouldn't be like much drop. Like I've just left, my bra is saggy and I'm okay with that.
But you can get somewhere in the middle. It doesn't have to be hoisting or like drooping. It could just be like holding.
Yes, but you know like when you look at your back and you think my bra shouldn't be up around my like shoulder blades.
Yes, correct.
Well,
You like it that way?
I'll leave it be.
You're wearing more of a necklace than a bra.
I'm like, this
Well,
would
hang
do.
on, I
That's
don't
fine.
understand why it'd be up. If it's too big, why is it up?
Oh,
Why is
because
shoulder-
it rides.
It rides
up.
up.
Oh, if it's too
so
big, it
loose.
rides up.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, depending on
This
how
bit,
big.
this bit, not the cup size, but the bit around the back.
I wonder if that's so interesting. Helen would be kicking off right now, and I
Helen
love
would
it.
be kicking
I'm
off.
gonna tell her. I'm gonna tell her, and she's gonna find you. I'm so sorry.
No, I love that.
She'll
love
just
that.
she'll be at a gig and she will just come towards
I
you.
want that
hands
to
Yeah.
happen. Helen,
Yeah.
if you're listening, please, next time I see you, just
She
unceremoniously come and grab my tits and tell me what my boob
she
size is.
mouth breathes as well, so that does add an element of.
But takes away the surprise in a way.
Yeah, but it's like if someone comes towards you with their hands open, going at your tits, going.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
yeah.
yes.
It's
Yeah.
You got
different,
the
isn't
cross
it?
eye as well. Yeah, that's dead,
Yeah,
dead
I've got the
right.
cross
That's
eye.
dead right.
Wonderful.
The thing is, she will be listening because she'll be sad to have missed out on properly talking to you on the podcast, and also she will be listening because she doesn't really like when Chloe replaces her.
Oh,
Yeah,
competition.
yeah,
Yeah. You say competition, I say competence.
yeah.
And she
I think
finds
as they
that
say,
threatening.
shot fired.
Yeah.
Yes,
She
indeed.
finds that very threatening.
She hates it. Also, I think she should be worried that this will become like just a sapphic duo. It makes more sense as a lesbian podcast.
I'm sorry though, but Chloe doesn't have the boob skill. Like, what's your skill?
No,
'Cause
that's
quite a big.
What's my skill?
What's your skill, Chloe?
What's your skill in
my
relation
skill?
to tits?
What's your
Chloe?
competence?
I have a different skill. I have a different skill with tits.
Do you have a skill around the fanny, maybe?
Oh,
No, wait,
We
that
went-
sounded flirtatious. What I meant was.
Yeah, I can check your fanny size. Yeah, I could go right up in there and tell you how big it is.
handful. It's quite funny that you said you were like, I'm not flirting, whereas I heard like abject neg. I was like, oh, like, do you maybe have a skill around that? It's just savage thing to say to like,
No,
yeah,
I meant
mean,
can you tell what a lady looks like looking at someone's lips? I don't know, like, do you know, like maybe there's that, like
I hear what you're saying.
that would be like the
what I
breast
could tell
equivalent.
about.
Could you tell from a gene what kind of vagina you're working with?
What, just by having a look, I'd be like, oh, she's.
We're what we're doing is we're on the precipice of like we're leaving feminism and going into
Saggy fanny chat.
yeah. And I can see us both not being willing to commit
Yeah.
because we love women too much.
Yeah.
God
All
damn.
fannies are beautiful.
All fannies
Yes.
are gorgeous. Truly they are.
I have to say, I've
And
done Trusty
delicious.
Hogs quite a lot. This
Yeah.
is the most I've ever blushed. And I would like, I'm going to look down the camera. I like everyone watching this on YouTube. I want you to go back through. I think I've blushed 3 times. And I
Thrice?
want you to find the stills of the exact moment that I start blushing.
That's so funny because we have a TrustyHogs memes account,
Oh.
which is genuinely funnier than the podcast, which is very annoying.
Uh-huh.
And they will do that, I think. I
Yeah.
think she'll do it.
Oh my god, they cut it and they make
They just
memes.
make amazing memes.
Such
so
good
funny.
memes. Such good memes.
Oh, that's really fun.
If
So
you're
your aim is to get memed.
yeah,
by
your
that.
aim
Okay,
is
great.
hell. Like, yeah, you want to be memed. That
I'll
is-
work
I
on it.
love that you did love that. He's like,
This is memeable.
this is me when Chloe measures my fanny.
This is me when I measure the fanny.
You know, I also blush. It's like a real. Did you blush when you were growing up?
Are you two fucking kidding me?
No.
No, sorry,
But it's
no.
Not, yeah, but it's not a skin because I've got a fake tan on right now. But so it's not a skin thing.
But
like you can be
gingers
pale
blush
and not
more
blush.
than I blush if I like even try to tell a little bit of a fib. But I'm talking blush from like
Me too.
nipple
She
to
blushes.
forehead.
Really. What about? It's a bit personal again, but after you orgasm.
Of course.
Just specifically on the neck.
Oh, mine's all cheek to neck.
Oh, me, it's
cheek
like
to
it
neck.
comes up in like
Hives?
Well, no.
Post-orgasm hives?
It's not a hive. It's would you call it like it's a?
It's a joyful colour, a colour of pleasure,
Yeah.
a pleasure colour.
And it got to the point.
Not
where
what you think it would be.
Ex-boyfriends have known. They've been like, you have an orgasm.
Why were you lying, Tatty?
Well, I never did, but maybe
You
they
know
just...
the answer to that. It's
Yeah,
men.
patriarchy.
No, I've actually
yeah.
never lied about that. Never ever.
I
lied
have.
about-
No.
I'd just be like, I'm not going to come. We can stop now.
Whoa, you are French.
Oh, is that really? I think
I'm
that's
not going to
quite-
come. We can
I
stop
think
now.
you. I think we were talking before the podcast. I think you're, from my limited knowledge of you, a strong personality that knows what you want.
Okay.
That's a good read. I'm like,
And I
it's
think that's
French.
really nice.
French is,
Yeah.
this has been inefficient and I
Okay.
have other things to do now.
Remember when Catherine said, do you want a coffee? And you said, yeah. And then you went, no, actually, I'll have a tea.
You thought that was having a strong personality.
No, wait for
No,
now,
no.
Tatty. Let Chloe finish because I think you know there were some qualifications.
I think, like, with oat milk, if you've got it, but I will have dairy, but this temperature with this strength, yeah.
No
it was-
sugar, builders obviously, and then there was only coconut milk, which is a crime, and I'm sorry about it. I am sorry about it. At which point I knew with the tea in my hand, I was like, "There's only coconut milk," and you're like, "It will be a coffee, but with coconut milk," and I was like, "All right." And like honestly, I see and respect. Like we are the same. I'm
Great.
exactly the same way. So there's no
Great.
shade. It's just
Okay.
that you were like, "Sorry to be fussy." I don't want to be fussy. And then Chloe was immediately like, "Well, you have been pretty fussy," and
that is me on my best behaviour.
Wow, I love that
Yeah,
for you.
That is me on my best behaviour because I don't know you well enough to sort of be. But yeah, that's me on my best behaviour.
So,
To like say the place you want the coffee from specifically, which is what I would be tempted to do. I always do that
Good.
at jobs, and they're
Yeah.
like,
if you know people,
Great.
how do you think you would be? Like with your friends or like a partner or something?
I don't know. I think I don't really know. It's difficult, isn't it, having that perspective? Well, how do you think you're easygoing, Chloe?
Oh, that's a good question.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think I'm easygoing in some circumstances, and then I get very uptight about lots of things.
Yeah. Okay. So. This is true. This happened, and I suppose maybe this is a bit of insight into who I am in a relationship.
"Great."
Last Valentine's Day, actually not this one. I was single for that one. Last year, when I was in a relationship, I had a big fallout with my ex-boyfriend
On the day?
On the day, yeah, of course,
Was
because.
it the Arsenal boyfriend?
Yeah.
14th of February last year, it would have been a bad day for Arsenal. I can
Really?
understand why he would be in a bad place, actually.
Would it?
It's
Yeah.
always a fucking
Wow.
bad day
Terrible
for
result.
Arsenal. And what happened was, okay, so this is an example maybe. So he did eventually come round. I'd been irritated about something that happened a couple of days before. And when he came round, he did bring me flowers, but he bought me an orchid. And he bought me a card, but a card he'd like made himself, but just by printing off
If
a
you are a
photo.
straight man listening to this podcast, an orchid is only for your mom. Are we clear?
Thank
Say it
you!
with me. An orchid is only for your mom.
Thank you.
If there's if you're maybe celebrating somebody coming out who's now into women, like you could do it like an ironic, it looks like a badge. But to be honest, it's just for your mom.
He
I
turned up.
agree.
He turned up, and I said to him, "What is this?" Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Well, an orchid." And I said to him, "You turned up so late at the flower shop. This is all they had left."
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, I picked it." He gave me the card. It was a photo that he'd printed off of us, and he'd written in like multicolours above it, "Happy Valentine's Day."
Oh, I think that's lovely.
He's
And I
tried
said-
there. He's tried there.
I was like, there were no cards left in the shop. I said, you just printed this off. It's black and white. It's not even colour. It's on paper, not card.
oh, it's not like he hasn't gone to Snappy Snaps.
And I just said this whole thing stinks of like a complete lack of effort. Like it's just not good enough. So I made him redo Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And we went to a restaurant, and I said to him before we arrived, I said, I want a card, I want flowers, I want a gift.
Straight women are wild.
This is also so funny to me that you two are sat over there like absolutely raging, and I'm like, sounds like you did a good job to me. Fellas had a good go. Orchid and a handmade card.
But wait, I do have a question. What did you get him for second Valentine's Day or first?
Okay, so I turned up. I bought him. I bought him a card.
Nice.
With a little Polaroid of myself in it.
Cute.
And
He's
then-
welcome.
Exactly. You put that in your fucking wallet and eat it. I don't know. And then I bought him a like ottolenghi mix of spices.
Oh,
Cute.
that is nice,
So nice.
And 2 ottolenghi like fresh puddings.
Whoa,
That is really
that's so nice.
Thank you. I am romantic. I give it back.
Yeah.
Like for his 30th birthday, I went all out. Anyway, he turned up with nothing.
No.
An orchid and a handmade card.
He thought. Oh no, he didn't. No. This was the second Valentine's Day. After I told him I wanted
he
to
hadn't
be 6.
learned?
He hadn't learned. He thought I was joking. I cried.
Teddy!
I cried.
Okay, wow.
He couldn't get his head round it. It was like, but it's not even Valentine's Day's invented. I was like, I know, but I don't care.
But also, I just want you to try. I just want you to care.
try.
But what I hate is that you even have to ask for those things, because the thing is, like, I can quite honestly say I don't care about Valentine's Day, because women, as a general rule, I think the women I've dated have always been quite romantic. The woman I'm dating is quite romantic. So I don't feel like this is the time that you can show me that you actually think about me.
Yeah.
It's just like another time to think about, like, I don't know. I think that's so late. Like, there's obviously something where you were like, I need this proven to me for some reason. We were doubting it.
Also, like, it's weird that we're talking about this so much. So I'm just conscious of it. I'm just like, we broke up like a while ago, and it's completely
Oh,
fine.
no,
It
as far
sounds
as
like it sounds like I'm kind of like, yeah, and I'm still not over it. Do you know what I
Oh
mean?
no, as
Like,
far as I'm
thinking-
concerned, we're talking about how boyfriends are bad and girlfriends are good.
Okay.
That's what I think the chat is.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get you to the dark side, Taddy. That's,
We don't believe in binaries apart from that one.
yeah, we are. This is a conversion podcast.
Okay,
we
great,
we
great.
bring you in. We're like, so
Please
lesbianism.
convert me. I would love to go out with a woman.
You're halfway there with a haircut.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know, and I'm a comedian. Like I feel
And the
like I'm like
t-shirt's helping.
I feel
Hello.
like I'm the only. It's weird that I'm not into women. Like I feel like
we
I should
agree.
be. Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
we think it's really strange.
How about
That's
if-
why we've got you here.
Yeah, if Chloe starts by measuring your vagina.
I can get you sized up. We'll get you into
yeah.
We'll get you into the
Get
community.
some nice
immediately.
pics
figure it out, we'll
taken.
figure
Yeah,
it
we'll
out.
talk you through it. How exciting. Hey, Andrew, do you have a problem for us to solve?
Indeed, yeah.
Is that okay? Now that we know who you are. And by the way, just to circle back real fast, Chloe saying that you're not uptight is so funny, because I own who I am, which is the most uptight,
Do
tightly
you think
wound
I'm
woman.
uptight?
No, I think that you are uptight in circumstances that you don't control,
Right.
of which there are now very few in your life. Because we like things how we like them, and we like them when we like them, and we like them how we like them, and other than that, we're chill.
This is absolutely mental. This is absolutely mental. that
You're
you've
being
never
really
told me
chill
that
right
before.
now.
Sorry, are you just finding this out? How do you, like...
Yeah, I know it about myself, but I didn't think other people could see it.
Do you
Okay.
think that because you wear a beanie, people were going to be like, she's cool.
Yeah, she reads poetry.
She's relaxed.
No, you do,
she
but
is
like...
poetry.
Reading
I-
poetry is really intense.
We're...
What makes you think that's chill?
Doing it like lying on a hill with a little bit of grass out your mouth.
That's really intense.
Unless you had a gig
You
later,
do that.
or you were trying to be clean with your intake that week, or you had a half marathon to run, and the hill would be one that you chose based on something you saw on the internet. And I love you so much because we're quite compatible, because I'll say to Chloe, do you want to go for a walk? And Chloe will be like, yeah, sure. How about we meet at this gate of this park at this time? We'll go to this coffee shop. We'll then take 2 circuits. We'll cross the road. There's another coffee shop there if you want some more refreshments. You can go to the loo if you need to. Then we'll head for another circuit of this park. And then I'll take you home, and you're like, oh, that's delightful. What a plan. But come on.
Yeah, I thought
You got strong dad energy.
I did think I was hiding it better than that.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, I'm probably not as... I mean, I can be intense in places, but I don't think... I'm really untidy.
Oh.
I'm really, really, really messy.
Oh, I don't
My
like
bedroom's
that.
a pigsty.
Really?
Yeah, really
Have you got
untidy.
lots of
People... do you know-
pileys? Have you got lots of pileys?
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Helen
my
calls
god,
them pileys.
my floor is my
One
wardrobe.
piley.
No, why?
and
You
do
can't
you
even
know-
see it.
Do you know there was this thing I saw they did this reel, and it was like there were different types of women, and there was some women who do their makeup on the floor, and someone who do their makeup in the bathroom, and someone who do their makeup at like a desk or a vanity thing. And I walked into my bedroom, and I was just like, one side of my floor is clothes, one side of my floor is makeup, and that is I sit on my floor to do my makeup. Like, yeah.
I obviously have a vanity. Her name's Dorothy.
Yes, of course you do. That makes so much
I
sense.
got her from Interior.
I'm not. I'm so in many ways
I love
like
her.
there are some bits about me that are quite chill. I'm very untidy. I can be quite like if I I'm not like
It's wild to me that we've just lumped in untidy with chill and uptight with tidy. Because it's like, that's like an aesthetic lifestyle too. That's not like, it's not like I'm so chill I don't need my clothes to be clean. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, I'm so chill I don't pay my rent. Like, that's the same territory as that to me. I'm like, no, that's wild. That's crazy.
But if it works for you, does it not stress you out?
But do you know where your stuff is?
what? Oh my god, this is stressing me out.
We've ganged up on it.
Do I know? Yeah, I just feel like I haven't got I do try. Like I tidy up like once a week, but it's just because of the way my. Oh, I just don't have the time. I'm late for everything always.
Because you're looking for your stuff in your floor drugs.
Doesn't matter. It's just you know. And actually, I do not apologize for being late anymore. I say it as soon as I start dating someone. I say I'm not available and I'm late.
I do expect huge gestures of romance, and if you don't know, even though I will be late and I won't show up with much, I will expect you to do a lot of the work, and then I'll cry if you don't.
And my newest thing, because it happened a couple of times where guys cancelled on me on the day, my newest thing was saying to them, if you cancel on the day, I will not reschedule.
Wow. Even if it's like your boyfriend of like 5 years?
No, that's different. I'm talking a first date I go on with someone, or even a second, first couple of dates, a couple of guys
that's fair.
Cancelled on the day. And I said to them before it even started, I was like, look, if you cancel on the day, I am not rescheduling this.
Whereas you bowl up 2 hours late.
Boom.
Fag hanging out your mouth.
Boom. I'm there. I don't care if you're late, but...
Sorry, boy.
At least I'm here on time.
Yeah.
Where's my flowers, bitch?
Exactly.
Great. Let's hear the bloody problem now that we know who we're working with.
Do you know about the format of this podcast?
Yes,
we hear a problem.
Of course I've listened to it.
That's kind.
Thank
My
you.
friend Charlotte's a massive fan, by the way.
Hi, Charlotte.
Shout out to
Oink,
Charlotte.
oink.
She's on the Patreon.
What?
No way.
Sick.
That's so
Hey,
cool.
Charlotte. That's so
She's
sweet.
amazing.
Literally, I said to her, I might do the podcast, and she was like, no.
Charlotte.
She's
No.
gonna be gutted that you didn't get a Bauer episode.
Do you know what she said to me? She actually said to me, they've changed podcast studios.
Charlotte, we love a woman who keeps abreast of the movements. Good, thank you. That's so nice.
And she's a redhead.
Sorry
Charlotte,
that she's
so
not getting a
endeared.
Bauer podcast. But
Oh my god, you've said this twice now. Stop being so
what
insecure.
should
Everyone's
happen
thrilled you're
is-
here.
No, you should come back just for like a little mini episode with Helen Bauer, and she can do your breast.
And she can do my breast, yeah, great.
And a shout out to Charlotte, obviously.
Charlotte
Yeah,
That's so
Charlotte.
sweet.
Sure.
Ooh, maybe Helen's in Australia now, but she's going to do a little vlog. Maybe I'll text her and ask her to guess your boob size from there.
That'd be
great.
fun.
Bit of
yeah.
fun.
You need to give it...
Oh, nice. Oh,
I
lovely.
don't know why I did that. That was a bit much.
We both stared at it like, no. Wrong.
Also, you were like, oh, I don't know why I did that. Neither of us even. We were like, this is the greatest day of our.
Yeah.
Tits. All right, let's hear it.
Even I was like, shall I cut to a... No, let's leave it as a long shot.
I wish you'd zoomed. I wish you'd zoomed, Andrew. Go on.
Hi, Hogs. I've got a friend, C, who came out as a lesbian last year.
Congrats to C.
This has been a really exciting time for her, and she seems so much happier and confident in herself.
Cool.
She's had a crush on a girl, P, for a while, who had a long-time boyfriend of 5 years. Bracket, she is bisexual. A few months ago, P broke up with her boyfriend and moved in with C.
As friends?
Goodness knows. Well, they started spending lots of time together, which led to them sleeping together. So yeah, I guess they started as friends.
Okay.
And going on dates, and now they're basically dating, but without the label. P is telling C she wants to be with her, but she's still going on dates with other people to keep playing the field, and that her and C can't be in a relationship. But then she's also telling C about these lavish holidays they're going to go on. They're going to meet each other's families, etc. It feels like she's just transferred her old relationship onto C, and it's a rebound. I don't know what advice to give to C about this, as I don't want her to get hurt, but I also don't want to be that person that's really judgy of a friend's partner and ruin our friendship because of it. Any non-well-based advice would be really appreciated. Brackets, we don't have any wells where I live. Thanks, X.
You could dig one. Bad attitude.
That is a yours is a bad attitude. Bauer's not here. No well-based advice, please. You're not
What does
putting
that mean?
Helen's advice is always put someone in a well
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
or move to Germany for a
Sorry,
year.
I thought that was a British expression I wasn't familiar with.
No. Imagine. You
Imagine. Just
don't know the well stuff? They're mad for them here. Queen, Wells, I love them.
Where there's a well, there's a way.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Classic line.
Let's
get that on a t-shirt.
Very nice.
Very good.
Very nice.
Any thoughts?
Well, I do, but I don't know if they're going to be very popular.
Ooh,
but
we love that.
We love that.
I'm sorry. I suppose when I heard that, I feel like the pitch was a little bit that sees the victim.
But who's the victim?
Well,
Is there a-
none of them are really victims.
Yeah.
I feel like it sounds like P's been quite transparent about the fact that she's seeing other people, and maybe she really does want to sort of present C and do all those things with C, but also has obviously just sort of come out of a long relationship, is exploring this new, perhaps herself, you know, what her sort of sexual preferences are or whatever. So I feel like my opinion is C can see clearly what the situation is, and she needs to decide whether or not she wants to be involved in it or not.
That's lovely.
So trust C is your advice, really. Trust C to make her own decisions.
Well, if I were C's
With full
friend, I'd say,
information.
look, you've seen what the situation is. Do you want in or do you want out? It's not going to change.
Wow. I love that.
I like it. That's some
amazing.
strong,
You
I
were-
will not
you
be
were
rescheduling
really,
energy.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
You were really dominant with that, and I liked it. It was
Calm
really
down,
good.
Chloe Pets. What's your advice?
My advice is this. Okay, so I think it's important to remember that C only recently came out as gay. And I actually had a friend sort of go through this recently who recently came out as queer.
Sorry, a little cough from me.
That's-
Sexy. Little cough from the corner of Catherine. Just a little cough. Okay, sorry.
That was deep and throaty. Like
I'm
a big,
sorry,
like
it
a
wasn't-
horrid
That
goblin.
really took Chloe's thunder.
I'm so sorry.
It sounded like the kind of cough I'd do. Not
I'm
a
so
dainty
sorry.
lady
I'm
over there.
sorry. I had a little cough. Okay, start again.
Okay.
C just came out as gay.
So he just came out as gay, and I think the thing you have to remember is when you come out, it's like this like crazy, exciting, intoxicating experience, and it almost feels like you're a teenager again because you're like experiencing all of this stuff for the first time. And I think sometimes, and this is. I don't want to tar all teenagers with the same brush because loads of them are incredibly mature and know exactly what they want. But I do think a lack of experience in life can often come with you like not advocating for yourself and knowing what is like best for you. So I feel
Also, she had a crush on this P person for so long when they were in a relationship. So it like obviously will have been more significant to her as well, right?
exactly like I feel like they're just going through like very intense teenage feelings.
Can I check something? Because I want to make sure I've got the story the right way around. So C is the one who has just come out as gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And P is the one who was in a relationship with a man for a long
And is
time.
bisexual.
And is already established as bisexual. Oh, okay. I didn't get that bit.
But I think maybe the advice that I would be giving to C is like, this won't be the only person for you. You
It's good advice.
need to remember that like you are an interesting, attractive person that can go and be dating other people as well if you want to. And it's important that you don't put all your eggs in one basket when you're like exploring sexuality. Basically saying what you're saying.
So interesting. I have a totally different take to both of you. It's so nice that we have 3 different takes.
Are they teenagers?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But,
Well,
but it feels,
would you
it almost,
advise?
like, feels
Would
like
you?
being a teenager.
Okay, but let's pretend that they're in there because I feel a bit now. Yeah, the dynamic.
I
is
think
a
your
bit
advice
different.
was good.
I thought P was like more also someone who had just started dating women.
Yeah.
So there was more of like we're both in this position of sort of being like exploring ourselves, but maybe P has got a little bit more not power, but sort of like is a bit more grounding
Experience.
because they're a bit more comfortable with like who she is or whatever. But what I was gonna say was, would you feel differently about it if they were all in their like late 30s?
No, but I think maybe they are like in their 20s or 30s or something. But I'm just saying, like, when you come out as gay, it almost feels like a second, like a
Starting
second
again,
teenage years of like
Okay.
this like intense romantic thing, and that can sometimes mean you get swept up and like put your
In one
eggs in the
person.
basket of one person when actually you're not analysing whether that person is right for you. But
Especially if you're like coming out as sort of wrapped up in your feelings about them.
Is that quite a common thing?
Like I
don't
think
know
you
how
can.
common.
I think it can occur to a person that they're gay because of their feelings about one specific person, and then that person can take on a meaning that perhaps they wouldn't if you were all like already out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I feel like I know people who that may have happened to. That's interesting.
I'm gonna say I have a third take.
Oh, great.
Tell us the take.
X, don't give any advice. In as much as you can possibly do, make neutral statements. They live together. This is going to be messy AF. Welcome to lesbianism. If you don't have friends who are already dating their female friends, then let me tell you from experience, it's going to be a hot mess and it's going to be drawn out and it's going to be complicated. And what you don't want from 2 women who I can only presume, having watched women row, have excellent memories, is any statement of side taking, of I told you so's, of or of like being against the relationship and then the relationship working out and then them holding that against you. If you want to maintain your relationship with these 2 people, in particular with C, I would say keep it nice and neutral, my friend. Nice and neutral. I'd say like at arm's length when it comes to advice giving, that you only care about her happiness. Happy to listen. and you think whatever she thinks is best.
But I think also within that,
Unless she asks for, like, she overtly asks, what should she do? And even then I would be so careful, because lesbians, like, you think you know drama.
Yeah.
This is going to be drawn out and messy.
Yeah, but be honest. You're in the pub with C. You've had a bottle of wine, maybe 2. Really? Is that the stance you're sticking to?
Yes.
Really?
I have been burned
But I think,
so many times.
That's the best advice. But I think we're giving the advice where if you have had the 2 bottles of wine, these are the sorts of pieces of advice you should be giving.
I don't think there's any problem in saying to someone, just being like, look, yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a nightmare. You're living together. It's not a great idea. She's shown you who she is. She's still a great person. If you want to be with her and you're happy with the situation, crack on. But it's not going to change anytime soon. So it's up to you to make that choice.
But I also think like making really like empowering statements. No, but do you know what I mean?
You love life coaching. You can't help it. I'm telling you, I've been burned so many times. And also, like, I don't have a good, like, fake, I'm not taking sides tone. So I have to just be like,
I bet
neutral statements.
I have a
neutral statements.
Can I say I have a theory? I'm sorry, this is like really.
No, go on.
I feel like. Would you, when you're hiding your emotions, does your voice go a bit more high pitched?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so you'd be like, I think it's a great idea.
I think, look, they can both
you
things
definitely could do that.
both things can be true. She can both want to be with you the same way you do and want to fuck other people. Both statements can coexist, and they can. They actually can. That's the other thing, is they actually can coexist.
Yeah.
But C might not be in a place where that is something that they can handle. And that's where it's tricky. I think that's maybe something you can ask is like, what do you think her limitations are? I'm so sorry. Mid this problem solving, I've just noticed, Andrew, did the handle of that cup break?
Yes. Yeah. I smashed.
You
this
dropped
cup.
it?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I did drop it. What happened was,
You got so pissed off.
it was this mug here, one of our chicken die bouncing mugs.
How on earth did you break it? The quality is high. The quality
I
is
was
high.
going to say.
It's high
Would
quality.
be highlighting.
How'd you break it?
It was basically there's lots of wires that I've not quite managed properly yet.
Did you
and
trip over?
I tripped over and smashed everything.
Sweet Angel Andrew!
Oh.
But still, do tell me if you break stuff that we all collectively own, yeah?
Catherine,
I'm joking.
Catherine, did you feel too seen by what Tatty said, so you drew attention?
No,
to the
that's
mug?
objectively true. Of course I do. But I also can't cope with with a broken mug.
Well, now it's the lovely pen pot.
Yes.
Would you like another problem?
Yeah, go on. Give us
Yeah.
one more.
Yeah.
We have time for one more. Let's
Do you think we
it.
solved that one?
Yeah, I think we've given 3 good options,
Yeah,
and I'm
definitely.
right.
But I
Okay.
think just being fair, clear, kind.
And also knowing
Or-
that it's gonna go on.
Or messy.
Anything
and drunk.
I'm just saying anything
Blunt.
you say will be used against you.
But I also think as well, like if it is going to go on, be really careful in like setting boundaries, because we've all been in like those situations where you just want to talk about it.
Yeah, I
But-
do definitely agree with this.
Yeah, just be like, you know what I think about this.
Yeah,
I
precisely.
don't want to engage in this anymore because I'm
Absolutely.
just indulging.
And also, like, I want to have a friendship beyond being your agony aunt for your relationship.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
let's have some fun. I think you're a person who's more interesting than just this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also, I think there's a couple of things that I feel like have happened as I've gotten older, is that actually I'm much more comfortable saying to my friends, look, we both know that's probably not a great idea, but I absolutely don't judge you for doing it.
Yeah, lovely.
Yes, gorgeous.
Crack on.
That's really nice.
Like,
yeah.
if you feel like you need to get this out of your system, and we both know, probably, technically, on paper, if you were giving yourself advice, you'd be like, don't do it. But
Yeah.
if you just emotionally want to sleep with that person who is definitely going to break your heart, then do you know what? You go ahead, you do it. I'm still your friend, and I'm not going to judge you
And
for
we'll pick
it.
up the pieces at the end.
We'll pick
Yeah,
up the pieces at the
absolutely.
end.
That's really good. Hey, look, we found a common ground. Hey, Tatty, where can people find you online, please?
Oh, well, my name is Tatty Macleod, Macleod. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok. They're mainly the two that I use. Tatty.Macleod on TikTok, Tatty_Macleod on Instagram.
You make great
Great.
videos. People can watch them there. There's loads of content.
Go watch
And
my stories.
they're
That's where
French.
the real humiliation
Great.
happens.
Tray
And my
French.
second
you.
question is, where can people see you at the Edinburgh Fringe?
Edinburgh Fringe, I'm going to be doing the Monkey Barrel 4 at 10
Nice.
past 2 in the afternoon every day.
Heaven!
I I know every day from the 2nd to the 27th, except for the 15th.
And it's called
Fugue.
Fugo. Yay! Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having
Go
me.
get your train.